Howdy, folks. Corky Duke Farminator here. Come with me if you want to fall. And welcome to Ohio Richlands Part 2. So this is a brand new um, game I started. Boy. So I think what sucks, I think the most about this mod is you don't have a working farmhouse. Anyway, let's find out where we were. Looks like right there. Yep, canola 20, field 25. All right. Which is over here. There we go. Okay. And we're off. Emptied our hopper. We continue harvesting this field. Or where did I leave off? Good question. That might be it right there. Very weird shaped field. These fields don't get nowhere. Hey, life on YouTube. How you doing? Hey, Justin. How you doing? Doing okay today? I be doing good. Ah, okay, good, whatever. I've been getting back into dancing. The last 2 days, 2 nights in a row, I've gone dancing. So I'm starting to get back into it. So no more saying I'm going to go dancing and then I change my mind at the last minute. So I'll probably go tonight again tonight. So plus I'm going to go to a friend's house to record some parodies today. So got a busy day ahead. Yeah, it's sunshiny and nice here. So it's raining in England, huh? And that happens. Not much you can do about it. You guys need rain. We all need rain. Thanks for joining the stream, though. I appreciate that. The sun was out, but now it's raining, huh? Yeah, it's a little afternoon there, isn't it? Almost 12:30. Uh, yeah, I live in Tennessee, and we have a saying: if you don't like the weather in Tennessee, wait 5 minutes and it'll change. If you do like the weather in Tennessee, wait 3 minutes and it'll change. Halfway watching Monday Night Raw. So seeing you was live. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Hanging out with you now. It's 12:26 here. Yep. Yep. It's 6:26 in the morning here. So you guys are 6 hours ahead of us. So. Now is that? Buddy, oh, that's the American wrestling, or do you guys have British wrestling? You know, they sit down with tea and crumpets before a wrestling match? Just kidding. It's like a spot of tea. Getting close to this chunk of the field getting done. USA, okay. I don't watch wrestling, so I'm not even familiar with any of the names of wrestling anymore. Yeah, I think another chunk out of it. Not giving me enough space to turn around with those trees there. Gold, okay. Wow, I might know. There was a Ravishing Rick Rude. I remember. Jake the Snake, I think. I didn't watch that stuff. I was forced to watch it because I dated girls that liked it and stuff like that. Because I never really watched them, or I had roommates that loved to watch it. And one of the two, or sometimes both. But my current roommate doesn't watch that stuff, so I'm taking a serious break from it. I remember particularly watching that episode where the Ravishing Rick Rude, he would like go out in the audience and kiss girls that were obviously his fans, and you know they let him do it. So there was no sign that he forced kissed anybody, but there was one woman he was trying to talk into kissing him, and she refused, and it turned out to be the wife of another wrestler, and he comes running out, and they start a fighting match right there. And some of the stuff I remember from that. And like I said, when I watched it, I was not into it. I was like, because you could see them stand there and hit and also stomp on the floor to create the sound of a hit, and I was just like, how fake can you get? I did a live stream yesterday. I was talking about Twitter and how I seen it was full of porn. Goodness, so-called Twitter uncut now. I know. That's why I think that's one reason why I watch Twitter for all the porn. Hey, buddy. Good morning. Can you wave at everybody? There you go. All right. You have a good night's sleep. Okay, you can go ahead and touch this one and that one. There you go. Hit the horn. Uh-oh. Yeah. Hit that one and the auger will go out. There you go. See, the auger comes out. This is the horn. It's not making any noise. It's not blowing a horn right now. Might not work. There it goes. Oh, thanks. You got that here, Steve. I'm not hearing a horn, buddy. I don't know. It might not be working. Yeah. That's the combine. Can you say combine? Yeah. Yeah. Beep, beep, beep. You have a good night's sleep? Good. Or with that, the horn's not working. I'm not hearing the horn at all. Right here. I'm not hearing. Wait. Oh, it's very silent. It's very silent. It's working, but it's very quiet. Yeah, it's very quiet. There you go. I'm going to get my auger trapped into the tree.
No.
Yeah, you will. Hit it again. Hit it again. Lift up and hit it again. Now hit it again. There you go. There you go. Lift up and hit it again. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Oh, I'm hearing the horn now a little bit better. You hearing it? Yeah, we can hear the horn a little bit better now. There it is. You hear that horn? Look at the auger. Lift up and press down again. Lift up and press down. There you go. There you go. Yep. Oh. But watch this. Watch. Keep an eye on the end of the auger. Look, watch, look. See? It's dumping all the canola in the truck. Yeah. The wrong button. This one. That one doesn't do anything. See, look at the canola going into the truck. No, don't hit the other button. Screw that thing up. You already hit that. Hey, don't hit that. Don't hit that. Don't hit that button. No, yeah, don't hit that button. This one. This one. There you go. Oh, now hit this one again. Just hit it one time. Oh no, this one. There you go. No, don't hit all these buttons yet. Just hit this one and this one. Okay? There you go. There's the horn. There you go. Hit that horn. Get out of my way. Get out. Woo! Goodness. No, don't hit that. Keep speeding my time up. Hit this one and this one. The only two you can hit. There you go. Oh, hit that one. The auger will go up. Let's do the horn. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Don't do it. No, don't hit the other buttons. No. Don't hit the other buttons. These are the only two you can hit. No, don't hit these. No. These are the only two you can hit. There you go. Don't hit those other buttons. Don't Malachi. Don't. Just this one and this one. Yeah. So very powerful buttons. There you go. Turn around. Gotta turn around. No, don't hit that. There we go. Hear the horn? Beep, 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 beep. Don't hit that one. Do not hit those. Ah. You got a cold? Hope not. Are you cold? Shouldn't be. Still tired? You still tired? Still tired? It's a combine. Yeah. So you can see it up there too. I got two screens. I play off this one. Yeah. Well, it's a combine, not a tractor. It's a combine. It's close to a tractor. Okay, it's a tractor. Yeah. Can you say combine? 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 Can you say combine? Yeah. You say combine. Yeah. Harvesting this field of canola. You like your canola oil? This is where it comes from. This is where it comes from. Canola oil. That's Han Solo, huh? I know. That's Han Solo, right? I know. I know. One of the greatest lines in movie history. I love you. I know. Mouse. You saying mouse? No. Don't touch anything back there. No. Oh, gosh. No. You ready for breakfast? Want to go get some breakfast? Want to go get some breakfast? Gotta put this cup here. No, don't touch. No, don't touch. Come on, let's get you something to eat. I'll be right back. Come on, let's go get you something to eat. Bye. Okay. Bye. Okay, you want me to come too? I got him some apple juice. Oh, yeah, that's all right. Called the Slap Facebook. I did a live stream. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's good. He's got some breakfast now. He's got a few muffins and some apple juice for breakfast. So he's watching cars. He loves that movie Cars. So he's my roommate. He's my roommate's grandson. So. collectibles in this? Can't remember. I don't think there is. Nope, no collectibles. Yep, the movie Cars, that cartoon. Yeah, he loves that. That's all he wants to watch. I still yet to see it. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I have yet to sit down and watch the whole thing. It's got Larry the Cable Guy as the voice of that director. In a half an hour. Yeah, there's, yeah, they did a couple sequels after that. He likes watching the first one because we got the Disney Channel and everything. So he doesn't seem to watch the other two; just likes the first one. I haven't watched any of the other two at all. So I should. I understand it's pretty good cartoon. We got those two sections to finish up. All right, this section's almost done. And I'll have this field done. My first field in this mod done. As he watches planes based on the same idea as cars. Do they have that? They have a movie about planes, the same thing as a Cars movie was? I've never heard of that one. And it's called Planes? I haven't even seen it in the auction. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I haven't even seen it in the auctions. Okay. I'll have to look for it. Planes is a 2013 American 3D computer animated sports comedy film produced by Disney Toon Studios. Released by Walt Disney Pictures, directed and co-written by Clay Hall as a spin-off of Cars. Okay, cool. I never even heard of it. Huh? How about that? You are the authority on information, Justin. Thanks to Google. Almost full with this hopper. Yeah. Yeah, Google is a fine thing. I mean, one thing I appreciate, because sometimes I use Google when I'm playing Bomber Crew, and I don't know how to pronounce somebody's name, and I spell it out on Google, and they give me the correct pronunciation. So I really appreciate that. That way I can get the person's name right when I pronounce it. But to know the people who program Google. Hmm. Gotta be some smart people. I have a PhD in farming. Did you know that? Plow handle desertion. That's what a PhD in farming is. Almost full. Might as well go ahead and empty it. Think it could be an AI? Suppose that's possible. Somebody still have to put the information in to the AI though. Which would mean it still comes down to people doing that. Wasn't Will Smith. Probably wasn't. Like he's been pretty much blacklisted from Hollywood because of that slap. The slap heard around the world. The slap heard around the world. As I end of this career. iRobot. He's still paying for slapping Chris Rock. Yeah, he sure is. I think Hollywood's pretty much blacklisted him. I think that's what's happened. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah. The slap heard around the world. I get some more coffee. Be right back. You need a drink.
Help yourself.
Uh, I do this field in sections. No, this ain't. Well, you could play multiplayer on this. Are you talking about this game? You could play multiplayer on this. Have a bunch of people working on the same farm. But per se, it's not a two-player game. But like I said, you can. I'm not sure how many people can work on the same farm. Yeah, yeah, you sure can. Like I said, you can play multiplayer. I think they have multiplayer game rooms. I'm not sure. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool. They got next month they'll have Farming Simulator 23 coming out. I think it's coming out May 20. No, that's this month, May 24th. That's just in a couple of weeks. We're supposed to be coming out with Farming Sim 23. That makes no sense to me. Why somebody didn't make this all into one field here. All you gotta do is plow this area right here. Chop down 2 trees and plow that whole area to create a new field. Boggles my mind. All you gotta do is chop down 2 trees. This whole area could be part of the field. Oh, this is a pretty big, hefty field. How big is this field? It is a 33.87 acre field. That's pretty big. Yeah, you gotta, not only do you gotta cut the tree down, you've gotta remove the stump. But then once you do that, you can create, that whole area can be a field. And you get all that equipment. All you gotta do is buy a chainsaw. And you can cheat, and because I used a mod where he gives you super strength. I'll show you. Want to see something? Watch this. Richlands, here we go. Oops, there it is. Watch this. See the combine? Oh, throw it. Boom. So then what you can do is cut the trees down and then use this mod to load the trees up into a um, log hauling wagon, and then take them and sell the big logs. I take it off. I don't like playing with that. Too many chances of you accidentally picking up your equipment and throwing it across your farm. Power pack is what it's called. You know, also you can hit Alt, Control, and 0, and $1,000,000 will pop in your account. hit it again and another million. You can do that. You know, put $10 million in your account, just hit it 10 times, and boom, you can't run out of money. So I kind of call that cheating. So, well, is it really cheating if the game lets you do it though? Is that a whole different definition of cheating? I mean, the game lets you do it. How can it be cheating? Let's go rock and roll. Now, you can't push it down. You can, once you cut it, and when I'm doing trees, I usually leave that on because sometimes you cut the tree down and it won't fall. So you can, with that mod, that super strength mod, you can just simply push the tree down and then go start chopping it up. Call it a hack. Yeah, that's probably a good name for it. But that's just crazy to me. Why somebody did? Because look, all you got to do. I don't have a chainsaw. I wouldn't be able to anyway because I don't own this land. Yeah, you just have to. You may not have to cut this one down. Well, you might have to. I don't know. Kind of a weak tree. And then you could plow this whole area. No, no, can't push it to move it. Even if I had a chainsaw, I wouldn't be able to chop it down because I don't own the property. I'd have to buy it first. But even if I owned it, I'd have to chop it down. Then if it doesn't fall, then I could push it and get it to fall and then chop it all up, trim it, stuff like that. But being that I don't own the land, I can't do anything with it right now. Who owns this land? Adrienne Boomer owns this land. Her right there, Adrienne Boomer. Oats, spraying. What do we got here? Harvesting. Canola, wheat, oats, harvesting, canola, cultivating, harvesting wheat. What's the biggest wheat? Right there. All right. Yeah. And well, let's see how much this land would cost. It's gonna be pretty pricey. 33 acres. Let's see, where is it? It's this. Yeah, it's this field right here. It is 1,152,000 to buy that field. But then I could. That's that area right there. I could plow that under, and then it's got another area like that over here. It's a very weird shaped field. It's kind of a pain in the butt to harvest because I had to do it in sections. And I'm working on this section right now. So Yeah, I think so. Sounds like a good plan, or at least a halfway decent one. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Stop, stop! Hit the wrong button. I wasn't stopping. I'm gonna run right into the creek. Yeah, this would be a nice field to buy, and then it wouldn't take much to turn those two areas into just a huge, gigantic field. Oops, almost full. We are full. We're gonna bring the truck over here. Kenneth Butt Field? No. Run, run, run. Run, Forrest, run. Run, Forrest, run. I just felt like Friday. Oops. Oh, yeah. It's a real inconvenient chunk. Like I said, I can't believe that nobody. I guess that's one of the ideas of this mod is to buy the land and then fix the problem, make it a full field. I guess that's I don't know one of the reasons. I don't know. I ain't seen many fields like that though. She'll call it mini me. I've made a combine 1/8 my size. I shall call it mini me. Duck call. This is a good song. Duck call. Yeah. I just thought of is Jerry Springer made that cameo appearance on Austin Powers. What was it? Spy Who Shagged Me, I think. The second one. Heather Graham. Oh my goodness, is she such a babe? Oh, since I saw that movie, I've been in love with her. Ah, ah, wrong button again. All right, there we go. Wrong cruise control. You know, I was related to Vern Troyer. His sister married my cousin. Yeah. Is that's probably a video on YouTube, isn't it? Let's bring out Scott. Is it an evil petting zoo? And I like how I think this is the first Austin Powers one where um, the soup Nazi from Seinfeld was the blackjack dealer. But Frank, his name's Frank something. Uh, hit me. Says, I suggest you stay, sir. I like to live life dangerously. So of course he could, yeah, he gets some kind of bionic eye or something. He could see that the next card was a four. And it was because he was standing on 17. The video's 11 years old. How many views does it got? I have to check that video out. Probably got million, probably into the tens or even hundreds of millions of views, maybe. I'll take a guess. Tens of millions. That's my guess. $11 years old. Wow. And that's not even because YouTube's been around since what, 2005, I think. So that's almost 20 years. Like 17 years. 18 years old. Well, I think that's when YouTube started, wasn't it 2005? Back then you could only do like 5-minute videos, I think, right? Am I right about that? Which wouldn't do no good in this game. They didn't have live streaming back then either. Okay, oh, less than 1 million views. Okay, I was way off. 2006 on YouTube. Okay, so I was close. Oh, 10 minutes? You can only put a 10-minute video out? Still wouldn't work. I couldn't even do one bomber crew mission on that. On 10 minutes. Of course, they didn't have live streaming back then either. Lots changed on the internet. Almost done with this section of the field. Yeah, I pretty much started YouTube 2 years ago. A little over 2 years ago. "24/7 TV channel on YouTube. Started my channel 2 months ago after it started. Your channel's only been running for 2 months. You already got over 1,000 subscribers. That's good. Very interesting. Back in two. Oh, you okay? You started your channel back in 2006. Okay. So you've been around since YouTube started then. We should be able to find out today what George Santos has been charged with. He's been indicted. Yes, piece of crap. I don't know if you're familiar with American politics. You know who George Santos is? He's this Republican representative from the House of Representatives. He lied about everything to get about who he was. We still don't even know who he really is because he just keeps telling lies. He lied. He said he was Jewish, okay, because he's trying to get the Jewish vote. Come to find out he's not Jewish. He said he worked at Saks Fifth Avenue and another place. Never worked at either place. He said his mom was killed as a result of 911. Come to find out. And then he also said another time where his mom died of injuries sustained from World War I years later. Come to find out she wasn't even America. Well, I mean, what did I say? She wasn't even in America when 911 happened. And he just, it's like, and the GOP has just become a party of fascism. That's all they are. They're banning books. They're trying to restrict people from voting. I mean, they're nothing but a fascist party. So I started 2 months after YouTube started. Yeah, and I'm a former Republican. But I left the party. I'm independent now. I don't want to claim myself a Democrat because they don't seem to be standing up and calling out the Republicans every time they lie. And that kind of pisses me off. Now, I'm sure you know who Donald Trump is, don't you? Running our live coverage on the jury verdict in the civil rights case against Yup. Yeah, he was found liable. He's found liable of defamation and sexual battery. When your motto is grabbing by the pussy, I'm sorry, you're a rapist because you have absolutely no respect for women. You can't just walk up to them and grab them by their genitals. That is sexual battery. That is illegal. You cannot do that. I get pissed at women when they do that to me when I'm dancing, because I don't do that to anybody. And the reason I get pissed is because I can't walk up to a woman I like and grab her butt. Okay, so that means you can't do the same to me. And they don't do it because I'm such a great-looking guy. They do it, I guess, because I'm good at dancing. But yeah, I've had my butt. I'm. This was about, I don't know, maybe 8, 9 years ago. I was dancing at the Honky Tonk Central in downtown Nashville, and my back is turned. I'm dancing, and my back is turned, and I feel my butt get pinched. Okay, and then who pinched me was a woman. There was a man and woman walking hand in hand. Okay, and when she walked by me, she pinched my butt, and I was totally concentrating on my dancing, so I should have yelled out, somebody, something about keep your hands to yourself or something like that. But she was walking hand in hand with a guy. I don't know if it was her husband or boyfriend or what. Yeah. He's gonna I have the feeling he's gonna spend the rest of his life in prison. Because once Jack Smith gets done with his documents case, they keep calling I hate the news media because they keep saying that he misplaced these documents. He stole those documents. He took them out of the White House. He put them in his desk drawer. He did not misplace those documents. He stole them. Cut and dry. And it just pisses me off when the news calls it the misplacement of classified documents. Bullshit. He stole them. They don't just get up and walk into your desk drawer. Now they're finding out that he was going through documents, trying to figure out what he wants to keep and what he wants to. Huh? It's okay for a girl to touch your ass. It's not okay for a girl to touch my ass. No, it's not. Unless she's got my permission. And the only reason is because I can't walk up to a girl and do the same thing. Of course, with most women, it's a cherry pick thing. If they like the guy, they don't mind if he touches their ass. And if they don't like the guy, they don't want him to touch it. Well, you're a hypocrite, Now, if I'm dating somebody, or married to somebody, then yeah, she can touch my ass all she likes. But a total stranger, no. No, no, no. Keep your hands to yourself. Out of respect, because that's the same thing I do to you. And that's what I live by. Yeah, thou shalt not steal. And then Jesus orders his disciples to go into town and literally steal a donkey. You will find a donkey. If anybody asks you about it, just tell them the master needs it. And they will give you no trouble. So, thou shalt not steal unless you're Jesus. I guess then you can steal. I'm not sure what passage that is, but that's definitely a story in the Bible. That's where he gets the donkey to ride into Jerusalem on. He literally steals it, or orders his disciples to steal it. Now I got to go take a load of canola to the grain mill. Where do I got to go with this? '74 Ohio AgriCorp. Ohio AgriCorp. I better tag that. I don't know where that is. Okay. Oops. Still don't know where it is. Stand no. Oh, okay, there it is. Jesus, time from Donald Trump hits. I'm sorry. You know when Donald Trump lost my vote, and I was a Republican back then. He lost my vote in 2015 when he said he was going to build a wall and make Mexico pay for it. And the reason he lost my vote is that told me that he's not in touch with reality. How are you going to make Mexico pay for it? You're going to invade the country and force them to pay for it? He was just saying that to try to get votes. And unfortunately, it worked because Americans apparently aren't smart enough to understand that's a con job. A con job looking for a victim. Oh boy. I hate all the words. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Just ran into the. I just ran into that bridge. Okay. Take the street. I took the sign out. Yay. They got the mailbox too. Watch this mailbox. Woo. Down in the dumps. I don't like the roads in there. I mean, this road doesn't it? Road kind of look like a paved cow path. I mean, it's ridiculous. Ooh, missed the car. Got to get out of the field though. Alright, let's get into cruise control here. Untie them and bring them to me. If anyone says anything to you, tell them it was the Lord. Well, depending on what version, because some versions will say, tell them the master needs them, which tells me that a slave lived there and Jesus knew he was a slave. And if you tell a slave that the master needs him, he's going to think his master needs it, and he's not going to give you any problem with it. That's the way I interpret it. But it's so vague on several different levels. Oh, that was my turn right here. Oop, of course I run into a car. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Oops. Okay, there it is. Oops. Ah. All right, there we go. Oh, wait. Oops. Sorry, not bad. All right. Start overloading. All right. Untie them and bring them to me. If anyone says anything to you, tell them the master. Does your version say the Lord needs them? Because there's many different. Because my version says the master needs them. What passage is that? Is it Luke? Oh, King James Version? Okay. 3, and if any man say unto you, ye shall say, the Lord hath need of them, and straightway he will send them. Side front. Let's go back to the field. Oh, look at this. Nice, it's telling me exactly where to go. I like that. Matthew 21, 1 through 19, King James Version. I think my problem with the King James Version, and I used to remember this, and I'm struggling to remember it now. Um, what passage that really, of the King James version, really bothered me? Um, man, I can't remember it now. Crap. Got him. Nothing happens. Mailbox. Yeah. Sign. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Woo. Almost wrecked it. Sign. Boom. Oh man, what was that? Man. Because it's written a little bit differently, and I honestly cannot remember it. Trying to think of what story it's even about. I can't even remember that. Ooh, mercy, just missed that telephone pole. You just got this section to do right here, and I'll be done with this field. Luke 19:30. I need to bring. Uh-oh, he's coming back. Ah, I do this. Such a weird shaped field. Okay, 83%. Okay. See right here, all you need to do is cut down that tree and then plow this whole section here and create a new field. I know how I'm going to do this. Ah, okay, there we go. That'll work. Hey, Jody Beard, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hi to Justin, life on YouTube and Twitter. You got a very successful channel. Check it out. It's pretty cool. How you doing today, Jody? Looking at the different Bibles and nowhere does it say Master need to. Yeah, it depends on the version. I can just go right through this. I don't think this is a stream. Good, I'm glad you're having a good day. Such a weird shaped field. I gotta do all these, gotta do this whole field in sections. I mean, see, those trees can all be chopped down too, and that whole area there turned into a field. So I gotta spend, what was it, $1.4 million to buy this field? I don't nearly have that kind of money. The message, if anyone asks what you're doing, say the master needs them. Yep. He will send them with you. Yep. I'm trying to think of what passage got me teed off about the King James Version. I'm trying to remember that. Oh man. It's starting to come to me. Ah. How to grow my farm in the game. Okay. Well, what are you having problems doing as far as growing your farm? It is Hump Day. Hey, Mike, guess the day it is. Hump Day. Woohoo! Mike. Hump Day. Woo! So what are you having trouble trying to do? Trying to figure out, okay, grow my farm in the game. Take as many contracts as you can. That'll get you a lot of money. And then don't forget about the collectibles. When winter comes around, if your mod has collectibles, find those collectibles. Because that can be some serious money. That can be sometimes be as much as $1.5 million. And then, you know, in the wintertime, you got nothing to do, so that's the time to find them. This particular mod, the Ohio Richlands, doesn't have any collectibles. It says Easter, not Passover. Yeah. Okay. Dang. Oh, I can't. Man, I can't. It's not coming to my mind right now. It's like almost there, but not quite. You just taking contracts is a good way. Wait till the grain that you're holding in your bends gets really hot, and you can keep track. It'll tell you if it's going up. You know, if it says it's going up for the next month, you might want to wait till the next month. And but yeah, contracts is a good way to make a lot of money. And then if you want to do every single contract, just borrow the items you need. That way you ain't got to lease them. That way you're not spending your own money. You're still getting a good amount of money, but yet you're not leasing or buying the items you really don't need to buy. Like, you know, harvesting cotton and stuff. It's starting to come to me, and I'm trying to think. Is it Deuteronomy 22 verse 28 29? I'm thinking that might be it, but I'm not sure. Oh, that is it. Um, that is it because it's the way it's written in the King James version that pisses me off. Um, Unmarried virgin is raped, and he is found out. She must marry the rapist. He must pay. I think that's it. It might be it. I'm not sure. There's something about the way it's written. Look up King James version, Deuteronomy 22, verse 28 and 29, and post what it says. Don't know if it's sort of small or big. Um, as far as the contracts, what are you working on Elm Creek? Or are you doing one of the different mods? Some contracts aren't worth wasting your time, and other ones are really good. And you know how to get tip, don't you, when you're harvesting? Jody, do you know how to get a tip when you're harvesting somebody else's crops? Whoa, 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 whoa. Because the game will give you a tip. Need more coffee. I'll be right back. Gents, I got to get some coffee. Oh, you're harvesting somebody else's field, and keep an eye on when the computer tells you that the field is done, and when it says that the field is done, if you still got crops um, in the field, whatever's left in that field, go ahead and harvest it. Don't accept the contract yet. Finish harvesting all the grain in that field, and then take that grain to your grain bin. I might be able to do it in this field here when I'm done with it. But yeah, so if I'm harvesting and all of a sudden it says that the contract is done, whatever you got in your combine, whatever's left on the field is now yours. But do not accept it. Do not collect on it. Finish harvesting it, and then take it. Then go ahead and collect, and then take it to your grain bin. If you see your fellow Israelites ox or sheep straying, do not ignore it, but be sure to take it back to the owner, too, if they do not live near you, or if you do not know who owns it, take it home. Okay? Production is good to do to make money. Yeah, that's definitely a good one. And don't forget about the collectibles. That's worth at least $1.5 million. And all you gotta do is find those collectibles. Yeah, definitely contracts. Like I said, if you ain't got a cotton harvester, but you're standing to make like 30,000 from harvesting a cotton field, go ahead and borrow the equipment you need, and then it still should be a good paycheck for you. But if it's less than 1,000, it's probably not worth your time. But you never know. Looking for the verse from Deuteronomy 22 verse 28-29. Post that one, because I think that might be the one that pissed me off. And it's how it's written, and it's different than some of the other versions. I mean, it's drastically different. It says something totally different. I think that's what it is. I mean, that's in itself is a completely immoral passage to force a rape victim to marry her rapist. Disgusting. See, one of the versions I got is Deuteronomy 22 verse 28-29 reads, if an unmarried virgin is raped and he is found out, she must marry her rapist. Her rapist must pay 50 shekels of silver to her father, and they can never divorce. I always bring that up to people when they say that America needs to go back to Christian laws. No. First of all, we did have Christian laws. We're supposed to be separate. Our government and the church is supposed to be separate. And that's in the Constitution. Freedom of religion. Means you got the freedom to be Muslim, Christian, atheist, Satanist, whatever you want to be. I think that's the verse. And if you can post what the King James Version says about it, I should be able to tell you. I got a King James Version. I wonder if it's up there. I'm not sure what version this is. Living Bible Paraphrased, Red Letter Edition. 29. Then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. That's King James Version. Okay, it's more than just lay. It's because it's rape. It's talking about rape. Laying in the Bible is having sex. If it doesn't it say if she is seized and laid with, if a man sees her and lay with her, which those two combined is rape. Seizing means taking control. Where's my King James Version? Man, where did I put that damn thing? It'll be up here. This might be it. King James Version. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, those two combined mean rape, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away for all his days. Those two passages, that's not what got me though. It might be a different passage that pissed me off. What's the other one? Lay hold on her and lie with her. Those two together mean rape. Lay hold on her and lie with her. So basically the Bible's saying if an unmarried virgin is raped, she has to marry her rapist. Disgusting. And that's the passage that made me realize I was an atheist. I read that, I was like, no. Oh, good news for kids. I'm almost done with this field. Woohoo! All 33 acres. There's my tractor. See, this whole area could be turned into the field. All I gotta do is cut those 2 trees down and then plow that whole area. Oh, I'm almost full again. hate having to make all these weird turns in this. I'm almost done with this field too. Just got this section to go. Whoop, whoop. Oh well. I'll just go right through the crops. Not good. What's this? Sounds sick to me. If my son raped someone, I would what? Kill, forgive. I'm sorry, but I agree with the Bible on one thing. The only time the Bible says you should kill a rapist is that if he rapes another man's wife. And the Bible is very specific about this. It says the reason it says it's because you violated another man's property, and those are the exact words. So the Bible looks at a wife as a man's property. But I do agree that rapists should be executed. I do not like rape at all, or rapists. It's a sick. It's not a sex crime. It's a power control. It's a crime of control and power. And should I get back to that area? Let's cut across the field. I guess I did it once before. The New Testament is not that big on forgiveness. Let's not forget that the New Testament introduces the concept of eternal punishment for thoughts and beliefs, not for actions, but for thoughts and beliefs. That's the New Testament introducing that, not the Old Testament. So the New Testament does not get any better. The New Testament does not change the Bible's opinion on slavery, because the New Testament does not correct the position of slavery. It still continues the same. As a matter of fact, 1 Peter 2:18 says, "Slaves, obey your masters at all times, even cruel masters." So the New Testament is not. I think the New Testament is worse than the Old Testament. I mean, the Old Testament's got a lot of stories about God killing people and wiping out the whole earth except for 8 people. You know, it's like, no, he's not very pro-life if he's killing all the babies and all the fetuses on earth. Don't tell me that he's pro-life. That's not pro-life. So all except for 8 people. And then you want to try and tell me the Bible's against incest? If the Bible's against incest, why did God force humans to populate the earth twice using incest? So he's apparently not against incest. These are all stories in the Bible, which I don't believe ever happened, but look at that weird shaped field. Dang. Oh well. I'm just gonna ride it out. Yeah. The Bible orders you. There's 613. God has 613 commandments. The punishment for every single one of those commandments is death. Death by stoning, usually. But yeah, I don't think people. I believe adultery is wrong, but that's not worthy of the death penalty. Adultery is not worthy of the death penalty. Adultery is wrong, but it's not something that's worthy of the death penalty. Which means how many Christians would be executed if we obeyed God's laws on adultery? We have got to think we have got to soften our thinking. I'm not sure I understand that. Try to explain that one again. Soft in our thinking. Okay, I know how I'm gonna do this. Let's take another handland off this. That'll be good. I'm 3% done. It says to start with Adam and Eve, and who had 2 sons, right? No daughters. How does that work? Cain had sex with his sister. How many children did Adam and Eve have, according to the Bible? That's what the Bible said. Yeah. All right, yeah, this will work. Get this little triangle done. I like to go straight lines as much as possible. You've got a weird shaped field like this, it's very hard to do that. Yeah, so how can God be against incest if he forced humans to use it twice to populate the earth? And that's you obviously the movie Seventh Sign. They had that in there about a brother and sister had, let's see, what was it? The son of a brother and sister, and I guess because of the genetics, this kid had Down syndrome, and he killed his parents because he claimed that God told him to kill them. Why can't God do it himself? He's all powerful, right? But anyway, so that's the movie, and I don't know. 10 sons of a genetic Adam and 18 daughters of Eve. Oh, okay, really? Okay. They had more children than what I thought. Don't know. Ah, man, look at this. Ah, Cain had sex with his sister. Teach that at Sunday school. Teach that at Sunday school. There's a lot of stuff they don't abundant in the Bible they do not teach at Sunday school. Because I'm a former Christian, and I never heard any passages about slavery when I was in. The preacher never talked about it. All they said was God was against slavery, but they didn't get any quote any specific passages about slavery in the Bible, because nowhere in the Bible does it say you cannot or should not own people as property. Nowhere. So the Bible is totally for slavery. The Bible totally supports and approves of slavery. And that's why they never read any passages about slavery in the Bible. That's why the preacher never had, what the hell is that passage? I can't even think of that. Exodus chapter 21, verse 20 and 21. But the passage that gives you permission to beat your slaves. Exodus, man, my memory's going today. Exodus chapter 21, verse 20 and 21. Hell was taught to me when I was in Sunday school. I was literally told, if you don't believe Jesus Christ died on the cross for your sins, you're going straight to hell when you die. I was literally taught that. It was burnt into me. And that's immoral, because that has nothing to do with deeds. According to the Christian religion, Adolf Hitler could be in heaven, because all he would have had to do before he killed himself was ask God for forgiveness and believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross for his sins. And then poof, when he kills himself, he goes to heaven. Because there's nothing in the Bible that says you're going to go to hell if you kill yourself. That was brought up by the Catholic Church and lied to its followers, because during the Middle Ages, people started knocking themselves off because life was so rough, and they made this beautiful thing about how great heaven was, that people started killing themselves just because they were so tired of the hard work that they were doing and how sucky life was in the Middle Ages. And then all of a sudden the Catholic Church says, hey, we're losing money because all these people are killing themselves. We need to start telling these people that they're going to go to hell if they kill themselves. But that's not supported anywhere in the Bible. Man, I'm almost done with this field. Woohoo! In 1 Peter 2:18, St. Peter writes, slaves, be subject to your masters with all reverence, not only to those who are good and applicable, but also to those who are perverse. Yep. Is that the King James version of it? Probably. So the New Testament doesn't come out and say, and wouldn't the New Testament be a contradiction to what Malachi 3 verse 6 says, which says that God is an unchanging God? I, the Lord your God, do not change. Well, then why have a New Testament then? Why not just make it all into one Testament? Because New Testament implies better change. It implies new and better change. And you can't make the argument that Jesus is better if you believe in the Holy Trinity, because according to that, all three of them are the same God. So we're looking at a God that sacrificed himself to save us from him, when all he's got to do is just forgive us. The insanity of Christianity. The Bible teaches that, well, I don't know if it teaches you that slavery is okay. That could be questionable, but it doesn't speak out against slavery. It doesn't tell you not to own people as property. Nowhere. There's no passage anywhere in the Bible that says don't or you should not own people as property. So the Bible approves of slavery, which means John Brown was mistaken when he said God called him to stop slavery. So apparently he didn't read his Bible very well. Or he cherry-picked the hell out of it. If a man commits adultery with another man's wife and the wife of his neighbor, both adulterers and adulteress must be put to death. Yep, it says that. And I don't agree that adultery is worthy of the death penalty. I believe it's wrong, but it's not worth killing somebody over. The New Testament talks about looking at a woman, even thinking about her lustfully means you've committed adultery, which means just thinking about a woman lustfully means you should be put to death, which is bullshit. How is anybody going to know that? If I look at a woman lustfully, the only way somebody's going to know that is if I tell them. Nobody can read our minds. I can't read your mind. You can't read mine. Yup, if you looked at a woman and desired her, you've committed adultery in your heart. Which is ridiculous because the heart cannot feel emotion, the heart cannot think. All it does is pump blood. You cannot feel love from your heart. The love you feel comes from your brain. Then this is simple biology. The heart does no thinking or feels no emotions. It just pumps blood. It's the strongest muscle in your body, and it needs to be, because it's going to pump blood and keep you alive all of your life until it stops beating, obviously. Someday my heart will stop beating. Oh, look at this. I am almost done. Look at this. Deep chat on the farm today. Yeah, I know. No, I like this kind of chat, though. This is cool. So, I like this. I don't mind, listening to other people's opinions and stuff like that. The very deep chat. So, this is cool. I went out dancing the other night. This is the first time I was able to wear this shirt. And it said, her body, her choice. And I got mostly women saying, oh, I love your shirt. And they even wanted pictures of me, of the shirt and everything like that. Well, this one guy came up to me and says, what do you mean, her body, her choice? I said, exactly what it says. If it's her body, it's her choice. And he was one of those, he wasn't just one of those pro-lifers. He was one of those, I'll kill you if you even think about abortion guys. Because his family kept pulling him off of me because he kept getting pissed because I was defeating every single argument he threw at me. I said, and the one question he would not answer that I asked him is, do you want somebody else making decisions for your life, about your life? Because having a baby is a major decision for anybody. And nobody's got the right to make that decision for a woman. If I could find somebody, because I could, run a stream when I'm out dancing. I want to scrape more rust off my dancing. My dancing still got a lot of rust on it because I haven't been dancing in like a year. So I'm really feeling it, and I know I don't look as good as I did when I was dancing 8 years ago. So I got to knock some more rust off before I think about doing a live stream on my dancing. But it wouldn't be very long though, I'd have to have somebody holding my camera. But I should try to get somebody to at least film. Other people film me all the time when I'm dancing. So I had this new guy. He's one of the doormen on one of the bars on Broadway, and I just met him the other night, and we've been talking a lot. And he actually taped me line dancing. Excuse me. He said he was going to send it to one of the links on my YouTube channel, but I haven't seen it yet. This is it. I believe this is it, isn't it? Yeah, 97%. This is it. I'm done. Woohoo! My first field in this mod out of the way. I agree. It's a woman's choice, and I'm pro-life. But when it comes to other people making their decisions, that's their business. I got a girl pregnant in the early '90s, and now check this out. She was a very successful real estate agent, and I tried to talk her out of an abortion because I said, I'll pay the child support. I'll even raise the kid if you want. But she was insistent because she knew her career would be ruined because she's going around showing all these houses for people to buy. And if she's pregnant, people are going to ask, how long your husband been married? And then she says, well, I'm not married. She was afraid she would lose a lot of customers and her business would basically bottom out. All because of the but anyway, and so she was insistent on, and so when I realized I couldn't change her mind, I had to sell my football card collection to pay for the abortion and pay my share. We split it. It was like $800, so we had to both come up with $400. But I had to sell my football card collection to get the money. Okay, yeah, there we go. And look at the weird shape of this field. I can't wait to buy this field and turn it into one solid field. It's ridiculous. So I got to take the rest of that canola to the. Now, see, I was telling that guy about a tip. All I got to do is dump the grain in the Ohio Agricorp until it reads contract finished. Then I can stop, and whatever grain's left in my truck is mine. I was hoping he was going to stick around and I could show him that. Yeah, it's very sad. It's disgusting that because the anti-abortion laws that are popping up in America are so bad. If a woman's fetus dies, okay, she literally has to be on her deathbed before the hospital, before the doctor will remove that dead fetus. The fetus is already dead, but the laws are so strict that if a doctor tries to do an abortion to save the woman's life, because that's what we're looking at right now, he's looking at going to prison. And they're even trying to call for the death penalty in some of these states for a woman who gets an abortion, which is, oh. So this is canola. So once I get that done, I can accept that deal for canola. So we need to go to what field now? oats. Let's go to field 11. Right next door. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Selling up to clear a debt. Well, I don't have a debt right now. Okay, that wheat field right next to that I was just looking at is what's next. Or run him over. Okay, how do I get into that field? Goodness sake. Okay. Another weird shaped field. Not as bad as the other one though. And this is wheat. So that means I can do straw. Enable straw swap. Okay. Okay, let's take the grain to market. Yeah, they basically literally got to live with that dead fetus until they're literally dead themselves. And then the doctor will, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then the doctor will finally remove the dead fetus from her body. And it makes them sick. I mean, it can actually cause them to not be able to have children in the future because there's so much damage done. I mean, it's ridiculous. These lawmakers don't have any idea how much they're hurting. Not only that, but do you know how many women died per month in America before Roe versus Wade was made established law? 1,500 women died a month across America. And that's an average number, but 1,500 women. But that's not the only people that died from backyard abortions, because the fetuses died as well. So that's 3,000 people dying. Now, when abortion is legal, because you don't ban abortions, you don't stop abortions when you ban them. What you do is you force women to get backyard abortions, and then that winds up costing them their lives. Now, when abortions are legal, you got 1,500 people. Now, which is more pro-life, 1,500 people dying or 3,000? Yeah, I had to sell my football cards to pay for an abortion that I didn't want. I didn't want the abortion, but like I said, it was her choice, not mine. I tried to talk her out of it, but she was dead set for it. Oh, this is it right here. Yep. So I'd have had another, if I'd have talked her out of it, I'd have had another kid to raise. I'd have 3 children instead of 2. So that's where I'm pro-life when it comes to me, but when somebody else makes the decision, it's their decision. So I'm pro-choice there. And that's the way everybody should be. And my argument is always back, right? Yep. My argument is everybody has the right to life, but nobody has the right to live at someone else's expense. If I need a kidney, I can't walk up to you or anybody else and say, you're going to donate your kidney to me, even if it means my life. Okay? And the guy I brought that point up to that guy that tried to debate me the other night. Well, see, here's the problem with adoption. We already got a foster care system that's full of babies. And now this anti-abortion law is going to make it even more full. When a married couple gets married, they want their own children. So adoption is always a second or a last choice. Okay? So that means, see, it's finished. I get to keep all of this canola. See, that's how I was going to show that guy about how to get a tip. Fertilizer? Yeah, we're going to definitely get the fertilizer. cultivating. Yeah, we're gonna get that too. Harvesting. Where's the other canola at? Canola, that one? Yeah, that's the bigger canola, so we're gonna go for that one. All right. And so because of science advances in fertility, more and more women are being able to go to a doctor and have their own children, which means less babies get adopted. Combine that with an all of a sudden flood of babies because of the anti-abortion laws, and we're going to have whole generations of kids that are not going to grow. They're going to grow up in a foster care system. The foster care system is already filled with people who are abusing their children, and the only reason they're foster children or foster parents is because of the money. They're being physically abused, they're being sexually abused, there's all kinds of abuse. The foster care system is horrible in this country. That's why Eddie and I decided to raise Malachi, because we didn't want to see him go to a foster care, well, go into the foster care system. And if something happens to Eddie, I'll probably raise him, because I don't want to see him go into the foster care system. It would be horrible. Get to drop my first load of grain into my grain bins. That's not it. That's not my farm. Well, oh, hey, you want to check out something about adopting and about these pro-lifers? There are several videos on YouTube where people are protesting abortion, and this guy shows up with an adoption form to adopt babies. Nobody even looked at him. They looked at him, but they looked at him with much anger, and they were like, "Get away from me!" They didn't want to even. And they were asked, well, how about you adopting a baby? Oh, I can't adopt a baby. And there's even one group where that was their whole thing, adopt. But yet not one of those that were telling other people to adopt were willing to adopt themselves. So, the only thing you can describe that as pure hypocrisy. You adopt. I'm not going to adopt any babies. You adopt them. In this country, I hate to say it, but America is big on hypocrisy. Oh my goodness. And there were several years ago when I was a hypocrite. When I realized that, I stopped being a hypocrite. When I was a hypocrite, it was over driving. I was driving on a suspended license, and I didn't have any insurance. And when I realized I was being a hypocrite, I stopped. I stopped driving. And I got a good paying job, and I got my license back. And now not only do I have a valid driver's license, I have insurance too, which is something that's required, but never mattered to me before. And the reason I was a hypocrite was if you broke the law, I wanted you caught and I wanted you punished. Here I was willfully breaking the law. When I realized that, I said, I got to stop doing this. I'm a hypocrite. And I stopped doing it, and wound up, I would still go dancing. I would take the bus downtown to go dancing, and walk home after I was done dancing because the bus lines weren't running. Unless I had the money for a cab ride, which was rare. And until I got that good paying job, then I was taking a cab home every night. That's what I want. All right. But so I realized I was being a hypocrite. I said, enough. I'm not being a hypocrite anymore. I'm going to get this taken care of, and then I'm going to drive legal life. So that header doesn't look like it's on that trailer. On the subject for years. Yeah, probably. I have to park on this guy's farm. Doesn't look like it's occupied though. Ah. Oh crap, did I not? Ah. Alright, there we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Almost backed right into my tractor. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Pretty good live stream going. An awesome conversation with you, Justin. Appreciate that. Oh, maybe the farm is being manned with this guy walking here. What are you doing on my farm? Farming? Oop. All right, let's get this thing. Ah, come on. Come on. Whoa. All right. All right. Ooh, all right. Working on my second field now. Now, how big is this field? Field, what is it? Field 11? Ooh. It's field 11. This is field 11. It is 22.37 acres. Not as big as the last field, but still a pretty good sized field. And I get to keep the straw harvested from this. Ooh, man, I cut that close. That was nice. Got a nice little $210,000 pile of money in my bank. Nice. Time for some headlands. Oh, this is oats. This is oats? I thought it was wheat. Nope, this is oats. Wheat. Okay, there's a wheat. Whew. A lot to do this first day. Yeah, just the second field too. This is only my second video of this mod. So takes a while to get this stuff done. Yeah, no kidding. Boy, that would be great if that was real money. All I gotta do is get some rich person to donate to my stream. It could be real money. Support the stream, you know. Yeah, all of a sudden I've gotten back in the mood of dancing, so I'll probably be going out tonight again. There's videos out there of me dancing. Um, there's a couple on my YouTube channel. Go to the playlist. Have you seen the videos of me dancing on my YouTube channel? Just go to the America's Got Talent audition, and I think there's two of them. There's my America's Got Talent audition, where I'm dancing in that, and then there's another one where somebody filmed me dancing at what the hell was the name of that club at the time? It's not open anymore. I can't remember the name of it, but somebody filmed me dancing, and but that's on my that's in that playlist. And then there's other times people that they don't know who I am, so they just film them, and then so it's even hard for me to find them sometimes. But I have found some. Some of them aren't very good because they're too dark and you can't really see anything. Like the film Splash. Yeah, so that's a good film, Splash. John Candy. Boy, we lost a good one when we lost him. Very talented man. Oops. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. All right. I can swim it. I'll be back with the little boat Splash. Search clips of this movie. Is Splash available on YouTube? That may be a movie that I've tried to find on YouTube, but I couldn't. There's a couple of movies that I can't find on YouTube that I would buy and watch. Oh, goodness sakes. I gotta break out my songbook and start practicing my parodies. So I'm supposed to go to a friend's house today and start recording. He's supposed to have this thing that will actually make me sound good in my singing, which I'll believe that when I hear it. So, but if I can do that, I might be able to put out some parodies and sell them. Goodness sakes. Okay, I see where I'm at. 10% done. Yeah, I'll double check. I'll have to check. That's a good movie. Daryl Hannah's a babe in that movie. Goodness sake. You know, she was a vegetarian, so when she did that scene where she's tearing into that crab, they had to make sure that it was like some kind of a vegetable paste she was eating and not real meat. Some kind of cabbage paste or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but she was insistent about making sure she didn't eat. And then, the producers were fine with that. We'll make sure it's just some kind of vegetable thing. Did I miss that little spot? I did. I'm going to get it. I'm not going to miss that spot. I got it there. This is your typical farm in Ohio right here with junk cars like that. Oh, I could definitely say that. Yeah, I'm just going to head straight through this. Oh, coming close to my first load of my second field. YouTube Splash Comedy 1984. Mine's English Audio or Rapid Academy Award winner Tom Hanks stars as Alan Bauer. Workaholic who's convinced he can't fall in love. Yep. One of my favorite Robin Williams movies is Hook. I love that movie. Splash 2, 1986 on YouTube. Oh, is it? Splash is on YouTube for free? Okay, cool. That's even better. I'll have to buy it. I might have already known that, might have already watched it, I'm not sure. Can't remember. I'm getting old, my memory's going. But I keep forgetting that. Am I going to be able to make it to the end? 98. Oh, it's going to be close. 99. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. I told you I wouldn't make it. Crap. Oh. Ah. The second film on YouTube for free. Grateful. Yeah. Ah, don't run that. I can damage that wheat header if I run it into the truck. I've done that before. I literally had to get it fixed because it wouldn't lower. It wouldn't work. It's a cardinal sin here, what I'm doing. I'm not even a Cardinals fan. Or rough. Ew. See that combine just bounce. Little ditch there. There is a little ditch there. That's why it was bouncing. Not enough to stop this combine. Forgot there was a second film. Oh, there was a second film with Splash? Must learn to throw, must learn to fight, must learn to fly. Must save Maggie, must save Jack. Hook is back. What a great movie that was. Or is, still is. What a talent we lost when Robin Williams died. Goodness sakes. That man was, he would not never practice his stand-up. He would just go out and just totally wing it. I couldn't do that I couldn't do that in my stand. I got to sit there, write my jokes, and memorize them, memorize how I'm going to do the jokes. And I could not do them on the wing like he did. That was incredible. Every time I watch him, I'm like, how does he do it? I think I watched it, so double check. Okay. Wing it at half the time. Wing it half the time. Oh, you do you? As in chicken wings? You wing it half the time. Oh. 2.5 hours now. I've got the stink back in my car now. I've got the stink back in my car now. Just practicing for the parodies I'm going to record this afternoon. So, got to get a hold of D and tell him about. I think about 3 o'clock would probably be a good time. And then after that, I'll go dancing. I've got the stick back in my car now. Wow, it's almost 3 hours now. I think I'm going to call her quits. Oh, my. Your neck is stiff. Yeah, that's Austin Powers. I think I sat too long. My neck is killing me. I got a parody song that I wrote about Viagra. Did you ever hear the theme song to Bonanza? I wrote a parody song to that called Viagra, so it goes dun 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 dun, Viagra, dun 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 dun, when you need a boost, dun 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 dun, Viagra, dun 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 dun, when it's time to roost. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits. But Justin, I appreciate you keeping me company. We had some great conversation, man. That was pretty cool. I like that. So thanks for joining me. This is almost 3 hours now. So got to do some other things before I go. I got to break out my songbook and start practicing my songs, but memorizing them. I keep forgetting them. I wrote them, but I keep forgetting them. So, but anyway, thanks for. Oh, I gotta save this. So thanks for joining my live stream, buddy. I appreciate that. Oops, that's the one I want. Okay. So you take care, man. Thanks for joining. We'll see you later. We'll see you next time. Bye.